This
course
conference
content.
will now be recorded.
Okay.
Yeah, so let me open that file and then we'll go through the schedule. That can you see my screen also?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So I'll come back to this screen. Before that, we'll go through the Word file that Sampak has shared with us.
Mm-hmm.
So this content was designed for 30 hours course, since you already know
Okay.
few
Right.
features of that. Yeah. So but
Mm-hmm.
still quickly, if we can go through it, then we will have a knowledge that what are the things we are going to cover.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you might have gone through this once because that in that mail it was shared, but still we'll go through this. Or else if we want to go through that how it would be in hourly basis, the same thing I have modified here.
Okay.
Okay. And it is come around 34 hours, but
Okay.
for you it will be 25 because some hours we will not cover here, like data warehousing concept we are not going to do. Okay.
Yeah.
Architectural part also not much will do. Okay, we'll directly start with MicroStrategy stuffs. So and then I had put some hours for my other batches, like people want
Interview
interview
question.
questions, discussion
Right.
and
Okay.
interview
Yeah. Yeah. I
questions,
don't
new
need that.
features.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so in that way, 3 to 4 hours will be reduced. Not 3 to 4, 5 to 6 hours will be reduced per meal.
Right.
So it will
Mm-hmm.
come around 25 to 26 or 7, 1 or 2 hours maybe increase, depending upon few sessions. Sometimes takes, I have estimated 1 hour, but depending upon the examples or discussion, it might go to
It
two
may go
hours. Okay.
beyond that. Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, it will be 25 to 30 hours only,
Mm-hmm.
depending upon our comfortability and discussion level and the case studies that we discuss. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll start with little bit architecture also, because we should know that what is two-tier, three-tier, four-tier architecture. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll discuss on this topic little bit at high level.
Okay.
Then definitely this installation and configuration is required, because MicroStrategy configuration is installation configuration little bit
So
complicated.
actually, I have installed MicroStrategy community version. So
You have already installed which version?
the community edition.
Okay, we'll see that whether it will work out for you. Actually, enterprise edition is required. Okay,
Yeah,
so
for me, like community edition, I don't. I'm not sure. Um,
okay, so,
it's
so
like
I'll
okay.
yeah, we'll see. I'll show my environment and then you can compare with that. If you have already installed, then it's good, because 1 hour here why will waste. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
but still I'll tell that what are the challenges. Maybe because after 1 month again you have to reinstall, and then your old data what you have developed will it will go to garbage. Then you have to again recreate your new metadata and all. So
Okay,
if we discuss that how to return that old data and work on the same, so we'll discuss a little bit here on this part.
okay, okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay, and also we'll see that if you have installed that software with all the features, then whether your browser, web browser is using JSP or IIS, that part also we discuss here a little bit. Okay,
Okay,
then report execution flow. Report execution flow means when user clicks, double clicks a report is already, assuming report is already created by someone and user is just using it. So how, from the double click on a report, how user gets the output? There is a lot of steps happen inside. Okay, that part also we should know, so that anytime any issues is there, then we can think of that this issue, which part inside might have happened.
okay,
Okay, so there we'll discuss from end to end that if user clicks on a report, then that report that report has a cache or not. If it a cache, then we can go to check the cache file. If there is no cache, then the report is going to check that where is the metadata, whether there is any issue in metadata, and then a lot of steps are there. We'll discuss the steps here, how report executes. Then we'll see that how to create a report. Okay.
Okay.
The creation of this report with developer and creation of this report in web. Okay. We'll
Mm-hmm.
focus in both because both are possible to create in the web itself. Okay.
Okay. So one question. So you are saying
Sure.
that report creation can be in web and the web itself,
Developer.
like uh,
Yeah. So it's
web.
better. So I'll just go through quickly there so that since this doubt is there, two environments I'll show now. Okay.
Okay,
So
you are
developer
showing
is
the web environment, web development
as well as
environment.
developer
Yeah.
and desktop environment.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if your software is installed, you have to go your Windows environment and type developer. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I am telling developer, sometimes I am telling desktop. And
Okay. Yeah.
the term is different because in the old versions of MicroStrategy, the software was, name of the software is desktop,
Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm.
and now it is developer because now a new version has also come for the client installation, which is called as desktop. Only client
Okay. New
software will be
version
there.
is desktop, right?
Yeah. There are a lot of products actually. Desktop is
Okay.
also there, okay, which is a
Mm-hmm.
client version only, not the enterprise part.
Okay.
When you are using enterprise version, there the desktop part is called as developer. So I am using the enterprise part. So the name is developer here. If I
Okay.
install
Okay.
only the client part to create a Dozier, okay, so I can locally develop something. Then in that case, that will be desktop.
Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now if I click this developer here, we'll see that how it looks like. So once I click it, it will ask me the user ID and password. And by default, it will be for administrator, there will be no password. So if I click on OK, this is the developer environment. So it will come like this. Okay. So here you see there is two branches here. One has no background with a globe icon, other one without globe icon. This is
Okay.
called as project source in MicroStrategy. This is called as project source. What is project source? Project source is nothing but is a container which holds one or more projects. Okay.
Okay.
So then question arises, then why two kinds of project sources are here? Then here they have two-tier architecture and three-tier architecture. That's why there are two different types of project sources. This one without globe means it is a two-tier architecture. With globe icon means three-tier architecture.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see that what is two-tier architecture and what is three-tier architecture. So
Okay.
if you click on this plus symbol, then it will show you the number of projects it has. So here you can see human resources analysis, MicroStrategy tutorial, and my first project. These are the projects.
Okay.
Okay. And these projects you are going to handle inside many objects. Maybe you are going to create some user. Sometimes for the performance of report also you need to check that whether there is any in-memory file like in intelligent queue file is there or not. Some cache reports are there or not. How many users are currently connected. Those stops you can handle through the administrator part, whether
Okay.
you have to send your report or dashboard to external user or not. Okay, if you are sending the file as email, it is configured properly or not. Sometimes you are sending your reports to be placed in a network drive. Sometimes you are sending that report to another server through FTP connection. Sometimes you want to take a printout of your report in a printer. So those kind of configuration are coming under this administration.
Okay.
Okay. So one class we discuss on this to be acquainted with this environment. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We discuss all these. If I click this plus symbol, there are a lot of components inside, and each has got some functionality. For
Okay.
example, what does the project mean to? What is cluster node? What is schedule maintenance? What is job? what is user connection, database connection, then types of cache under the cache folder. So all these
Mm-hmm.
also going forward, if we are working as a individual contributor, then we need to know all these things. Or sometimes even we are working as a developer from the web, creating dashboard and all. But if we are giving a support, some reports are not running, some dashboards are not running, then we need to identify the root cause of that, and that root cause may be related to one of them here.
Okay.
If it is related to something related to schedule, and we don't have control to maintain or control the schedule, then but we have identified that because of a schedule this issue has arisen, then we may contact to the administrator people saying that in this section there is issue, can you rectify this? I am
Okay.
facing this issue which is related to the schedule, and my schedule is to send the report at 7 o'clock, but currently reports are sending email at 7:30, which is 30 minutes late. So can you create a new schedule for me, so that I can use that schedule to send my report at 7 o'clock?
So schedule is basically nothing but it's job running, right? Job
Yeah,
scheduling.
so yeah, job scheduling. Yes. So
Okay.
here actually what happens is there is something called as event. Event means suppose you are doing ETL, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one day your ETL takes 1 hour to load everything, but sometimes suppose some inventory file is there, huge data is there, it might take 2 hours for you. We never know that which day how much hour ETL takes. Maybe on an average you are taking 1 hour, but sometimes during end of the year, sometimes it takes 2 hours, 3 hours also, depending upon the volume of data. Okay, so
Okay.
that time, suppose you have some reports in MicroStrategy end, which are the intelligent queue based or cache based. Okay, so intelligent queue or cache based means your data which is in ETL or data warehouse. Okay, that data is clubbed into another file. The output is clubbed into another file in this based file. So usually using that for the fastness of data retrieval. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
now you have loaded new data into the data warehouse, but they are not using directly data warehouse data. They have taken the last time load data to another file and accessing it faster way. Now the new data has come, but they are still looking at the old data. That means they have to also, refresh their queue after the data load is happened. So it means there has to be some automated system which should know that when the ETL starts and when the ETL ends. Okay,
Okay.
so there are two approaches in that case. One is people say that ETL average it takes 1 hour, maximum 2 hours. So ETL starts at 7 o'clock and ends at 8 o'clock, and in extreme worst case, it ends at 9 o'clock. So I'll go and create some automatic script which will clear the cache or refresh the intelligent queue at around 9 or 9:30. So they do that. But in that case, in this approach, sometimes what happens if ETL takes, you know, 2.5 hours, okay, and before that, that automatic scripts executes, then what will happen is like some data will be missed.
Okay.
So better another approach we can follow. We'll write a script and we'll execute that script as a part of ETL. So in ETL, actually, we are following lot of steps. Step one, read the data from the X source or Y source. Step two, load that data or clean that data and then load the data. After data load is done, then we can create another step which can connect to the MicroStrategy and clear the intelligent queue cache or
Okay.
report cache, clear the report cache, or send email to people that now intelligent queue is also refreshed. So these kind of automated tasks also we can include in as a part of ETL task. Okay, so those kind of things we can operate from ETL to clear the cache and all. For that, what ETL person needs is he needs to know the event name here, or maybe
Okay.
the person who is creating the automated task in the he'll create a batch file basically. In the batch file he needs to use this event. Okay, and it tell people use that batch file to execute. They once the previous step is over, then just call that batch file. The batch file will call with the event, and event will come to link with the schedule to know that the schedules are two types. One is time based, one is non-time based, event triggered schedule. So this event
Okay.
triggered schedule will call a schedule, and this schedule will call your subscription. This subscription, which actually sends the report or dashboard to the user. So these three are
Okay.
related with each other, and from the outer world you need this event step.
Okay.
And
I have a question. You said schedule, it's like time based and non-time based, right? Time
yes,
based,
yes,
I understood,
time
where we
based
go and
time.
we do the job processing, right? Like job scheduling. That is what we do is like time based.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Time based
what is
means
okay.
time based means suppose you have a report. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
suppose you have a report. I'll just go to sorry here. Time based is like it has a list of it's a calendar thing kind of thing. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock like that. I'll show you.
Okay.
You just need to select suppose share report. I'll just go to one report
Actually,
here.
my like URL looks like this, like how you like the first time
Oh,
when you open shared reports,
oh,
the
okay,
first
okay.
screen. Yeah.
And, this one you can see here it is showing with the servlet slash mstr web or
Mm-hmm. That
after
will
microstrategy web.aspx like that we'll see that.
okay.
If
Okay.
web.aspx then that is IIS version. If not exactly this like servlet and mstr web this link is coming then it is JSP version Java version.
Okay. So let
Okay.
me tell you like what is innovation. Yeah. Mm.
Okay, so suppose one report I want to, schedule. Schedule means I want to send it to some people. Okay, so here you see there are some icons here. This is I can export to PDF. This one is export to Excel.
Excel,
Yeah, this
email,
is send now or email.
email.
This is for subscriptions. Subscriptions means I'll schedule today to send this report on future. Okay, and
Okay.
at a particular time or a particular month is like that. So I have to subscribe to this report for the future thing. So if I click here, then these subscriptions are of again different types. One is personal view subscription, one is history list, one is cache update. I can create a subscription at 9 o'clock for my reports as a user point of view. Okay, for my personal use, I want that my report should be cache should be cleaned at 10 o'clock. That is fine for me. Okay,
Okay.
my personal report. Then I can go for cache update here. I have to create a subscription which will take that subscription to clean my cache of few reports. As a user, I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Mobile, if I have a mobile version dashboard and that dashboard needs to be cleaned, okay, I can create a subscription here on the mobile section. Email subscription, suppose I want that the output of this report what I have selected now, okay, that report has to go to email. Then I'll click here. As soon as I click here, okay, it is giving a name automatically because today I'm creating it. Name of the report is nested, so it is taking a name with a date and time with the same report name. Okay, and
Okay.
then it is telling that schedule. Schedule means what? All time means anytime I just come over here and click OK, it will send it. But I want that it has to go at a particular time, Monday morning. Okay, there is a
Mm-hmm.
schedule created by administrator. Monday morning means 7 a.m. morning, Monday.
Okay.
Okay, so like this, suppose I create a new schedule. I was showing you here in the developer. This schedule is there, na? This schedule.
Mm-hmm.
If I create a new schedule here, right click new schedule and click next. So it is asking a
Okay.
schedule name. I'll give it that because in my list there is no 8 o'clock. So I'll create a new schedule here. as 8 a.m. Okay, at
Can you
8
show me
a.m.
this again? Can you just show me once again, like how you like schedule? You double click
Yes,
on the schedule,
as not double click, right click.
right click. Okay,
Okay, new and then schedule.
okay, okay,
So if I click new schedule, so it is asking me. So I'll just go to next step. So it is asking what will be your new name of the schedule. My objective is
okay,
at 8 o'clock I have to send some report. Okay.
okay,
So I'll say 8 a.m. I'm creating it for my reusability so that any other user also can use this if they want to send their reports or dashboard at 8 a.m. as email subscription.
okay,
So 8 a.m. new schedule I'm creating. Click next. So here it is asking me time trigger or event trigger. Event trigger means, as I told, the ETL people cannot directly call the schedule.
okay,
Okay, they can call event. Then what we'll do, we'll create one event and we can link that event to a schedule. That will be event triggered schedule.
okay. So
Okay,
you
so suppose their ETL work on day one ends at 8 o'clock. Okay, so they will
okay,
call the event and event will call the schedule. So it is not time triggered. So it is called at 8 a.m. today. Tomorrow it might be called at 9 o'clock, or day after tomorrow it might be called at 10 o'clock. So no matter what the time is, because it is related with the event, so
event.
event can fire that schedule.
Okay,
Okay, that is event triggered. Since
okay,
we have not created any event, now we cannot go through this. So for event trigger, first we have to create our event, and then we'll go through event trigger, and then we'll select that event to make a link between both of them.
okay,
We'll see all those things when the chapter comes. Now it
okay,
is introductory, just I'm telling you some ideas, some knowledge. Okay,
okay.
so
Yeah.
suppose time trigger, then if I click next, then it is taking a start time. And if I say no end date, so start time means from current date it is taking. Okay, this one. And then no end date means it will repeat every week, till 5 years, 10 years, like that. No end date. If you want that only current year I have to do, or
In
just
bulk.
for the sake of testing today only, so you can do start and end date like this. No end date means it will repeat. Okay, then next. What time? Should it be repeated on daily basis or every day, every week? Monday you want 8 o'clock you want to do, or monthly, first day of the month and 8 o'clock you want to do, or on the first of the year, January
Yeah.
first of the year at 8 o'clock you want to do. So suppose daily 8 o'clock this report has to go. So I'll
Okay.
say daily. Okay, and
Okay.
every weekday you want to do, or every day. Suppose every day. Okay, what time? So here you can say 8 o'clock. Okay, and then you
Okay.
can go to the next step. So it has scheduled 8 o'clock every day. Okay, then click next and then click finish. And some comments if you want to do, you can put here. It is optional. You may skip it. Click OK. So an 8 a.m. schedule is now available in my system. Okay.
Okay.
Now I'll just go back here, to create a new dashboard, or maybe I'll go to share report. I'll tell you all these things when we come over here. Just we are looking at how the schedule is. So I'll go here and I'll go to this report to subscribe this. So I'll go to the subscription section, and then I want the email subscription. I'll go to add email section, subscription. Then I need to check the schedule is there or not. You can check
Yes,
here,
yes,
8
it's
times
there.
schedule is included with the existing schedules.
Right.
Okay. Now if I select 8 a.m., then I need to also choose my audience who is going to get this report as email subscription or attachment. So
Okay.
this window will show you different types of users in MicroStrategy. Okay.
Okay.
Then you have also one section here, address name, physical address, and then generic email. Suppose you want to also send this report to an external user. That external user name will never come over here. This is the user list inside MicroStrategy. People who are using and people who have licenses. Okay. So you can also add your Gmail address here, but you have to give a name to that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then add recipient. If you do that, couple of friends name and their email, generic email, and add
So
to them.
multiple people we can add, right?
Yeah, you can add, and once you add it, you need to add that address here actually. Okay, so for that, because you don't have list here, so you are adding this, creating new list of user which are external users. So then after that, you need to come over here to select my personal list, and then you can see the personal users over here. For
Okay.
example, suppose if I write SKS and physical address is, if I write my email ID, and I'll click add to recipient. Okay, to my personal list, this user is added.
Mm-hmm.
Then I can select to add it. My objective is to add a username and email address to the two box, but MicroStrategy by default doesn't provide me the external user list. That's why what I can do is I can add a name and external user's email ID over here, and the device name is generic
Generic
email.
email.
Yeah, and then it can send the mail using generic email to the external wall as well. Okay, so I'll cancel it because here now this generic email and those things we have to configure. We have to have
Okay.
that email server. So
Yeah.
email will not go now. But in our advanced session, I'll show you that under these devices we can also set up our Gmail server with our Gmail's Outlook server. We can link from here so that we can test how the subscription will go to our email.
Okay.
Okay, that part, this generic email is there na. Here we have to set up that this email, that generic request will come over here. Then we'll give our Gmail user ID
User.
password with a port number. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
via Gmail can also we can send our email to external people. That setup I'll show in the advanced lesson.
Okay.
Okay, so this is actually your developer environment, and this is your web environment. So we'll come to these lessons later. So I'll just go back to our schedule window here.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So we are discussing that what are the topics we are going to cover like. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll see that how to create report, and we can create report in developer as well as in the web itself. We'll see then formatting report. Then we'll discuss on different types of hierarchies here. A hierarchy in the sense, suppose we are using yearly report, monthly report, quarterly report, right? So there will be a time hierarchy. Like suppose you are sending yearly revenue, year-wise revenue. So year is one attribute, but at the same time also you want to send monthly
Month,
revenue to some people.
monthly. Yeah.
So yeah. So you have month, then you have quarter.
Weekly.
Suppose
Quarter.
you have
Okay.
week, you have
Okay.
week. So I have placed quarter at the place, so it should be after here.
Mm-hmm. Month should be after quarter, right?
Huh,
Okay.
quarter. So when you create all these,
Daily
then
month.
after week also daily. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So in MicroStrategy, you have different objects. You have a year object or attribute. You have a quarter attribute, month attribute, week attribute, daily attribute.
So actually,
So
most of my reports would be with this, like yearly
yeah,
or monthly, this based. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So what happens is, so you need to have a link between this because suppose you have there are two different types of table in MicroStrategy. One is fact table, one is lookup table. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
your actual data, what you are looking at, like revenue, profit growth, or revenue growth, or different kinds of metrics are a part of fact table. Okay, when you say yearly revenue, then revenue is here in the fact table, or profit is there in the fact table. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but the year, quarter, month, they are in another table which is called as a lookup table.
Okay.
mm, Lookup table. Okay, so you have a year lookup table. This is lookup table. This is another lookup table. This is another lookup. All these are lookup tables. Okay, suppose
Okay.
you want that I should see a quarterly profit. Your quarter is here. There is no quarter in the fact. How can you generate the report? So what happens is you need to make a link out of this, year, quarter, month, week, daily. Okay, maybe in the fact table you have daily data, day. Now your objective is to generate yearly report, but you don't have year directly here. You have day here. So this
Right.
day is a part of this fact table, and this day is a fact of it. Okay, so this daily lookup table's day is linked with the day of this fact table.
Day. Okay.
Then we have to, when we create this daily attribute, we have to ensure that this daily is also linked with this. Otherwise, there will be a cross join and you cannot get your required data.
Mm-hmm.
Then your objective is not to do the daily report. Now your objective is to create a yearly report. That means from this daily, how can we make a link so that, okay, even though week is not there, even though month is not there in this table, quarter and year
Okay.
are not a part of this table, but still we can generate that report. So in MicroStrategy, what we do, we make a link of this date table with week, then week table with month table with quarter, and quarter table with year, with a concept of parent-child relationship. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so
Okay.
in our year table, we'll have a year ID, but in the quarter table, we have a quarter ID, but that quarter belongs to which year? So there will be year ID also. So this taking that year will make a link between these two
Link
tables.
between the year and quarter. Right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
When we create a month table, we'll have a month ID, but this month ID belongs to which
To
year
which
or which quarter?
quarter?
We'll
Okay. So we have to relate that with.
relate that,
So now
and
here
then
we relate with the quarter or the year.
with the there are actually 2 to 3 different types of models. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
under Snowflake we'll discuss, if you know Snowflake schema. In the Snowflake schema, again there are 3 different types of schemas. One is fully normalized method. In the fully normalized method, we'll have only quarter ID here, we'll have
Okay.
only year ID here. In
Okay.
week table, we'll have only month ID, the
Mm-hmm.
parent ID. That is
Okay.
fully normalized.
Okay.
Partially normalized means there we'll have, in the week table, I can keep month ID, quarter ID, and year ID, only ID parts.
Okay.
Okay, from the higher hierarchies, I'll keep all the IDs here.
Okay.
And fully denormalized means in the week table, I'll have month ID and description. I'll have quarter ID and description, and I'll have year ID and description in the week table itself. Okay, so in the month table, I'll have month ID and month description, the parent quarter ID, quarter description, and its parent year ID and year description. Everything will be in all the tables.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so that is fully denormalized Snowflake table.
Okay.
Okay, yes, so we can have all this also in all the tables. So I'm now we are talking about a fully normalized table.
Normalized.
So
Hmm.
yeah, fully normalized table. So says day is there. So if we say yearly revenue, so this table will go to daily table. Daily table will create a join to week table. Week table will make a join to month to quarter, and quarter to year, and then only we can see yearly revenue.
Okay.
But in my MSTR, when we say that there is a parent-child relationship, it maintains a hierarchy. Hierarchy means year is linked with quarter, quarter is linked with month is, so this becomes a time hierarchy.
Okay.
This hierarchy is time hierarchy. Similarly, okay, we are talking about time to do the revenue, but some people say that what revenue, what kind of revenue we are talking about? Then maybe we are dealing with some products. Okay, so suppose
Okay.
I write product here, I'm dealing with some products. Then under products hierarchy, there becomes a product hierarchy. Under that, we may have brand of the product, which brand it is. Then category of the product, which category of product it is. Then each category may have some subcategories. And then under subcategory, we have item. Item is actual product. Okay. But
Okay.
when we are categorizing them with some category, then there is a subcategory and group of subcategory comes under category and that category comes under brand. So this becomes, they're related now, and this becomes a hierarchy which is called as product hierarchy.
Okay.
Okay. Similarly, we can have customer hierarchy, we can have employee hierarchy, we can have geography hierarchy. Under geography, we can have state and then region, country, okay, and then city, and then store. So there will be a geography hierarchy.
Okay.
So point of this is then how to create them in MicroStrategy. In MicroStrategy, by default, there will be a system hierarchy. When we create these tables without creating hierarchy, okay, then we are making parent-child relationship. And if we go to create a hierarchy, by default, it will create a hierarchy taking on the parent-child relationship. But sometimes, as you asked, that if we keep year ID in the quarter table and month table both, okay, then we can also, we can also set some drilling feature here. Drilling feature means, suppose your report, you are looking at a daily report, okay? Daily
Mhm.
revenue one report is there. Then using this drilling feature, you can directly jump to the year level. Instead of creating one more report to see yearly revenue, you can each drill up, and since there is a hierarchy running behind, okay, and daily is linked with all these other attributes, so it will allow you to create a new report on the fly with this drilling feature.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll discuss all those things. So here,
Mhm.
how to create hierarchy, how to create system and user hierarchy, what is entry point. So in this lesson, day 7, we discuss that.
Okay.
Then day 8, we'll discuss on filter. What is filter means? Suppose you have thousand number of records and then you want to reduce the number of rows. Suppose 5 years data is there, but you want to just reduce it to 1 year.
Mhm.
You want to see only, you have 12 months of data, but you want to see only 2 months data. You want to just put a filter. Then when it is a filter to narrow down your data, okay, then MicroStrategy provides you different types of filters. Like this section, you see, you can put a filter on attribute, you can put a filter on metric, then you have already a report which is filtered out, then you need not create want to create a new filter, you can use that report as a filter.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
then you have created one filter for reusability. Today you have created it, but in future you may use the same in many reports. So that is a shortcut to a existing filter. So we'll see it here. Then advanced qualification. So suppose you know how to write SQL, right, in Oracle or any database. Then can we create custom SQL, because MicroStrategy generates its own SQL for us, the tool itself, but sometimes that SQL we are not happy with. Okay, we know that multiple types of SQLs can be written for achieving the same goal. Okay, so suppose we don't like the SQL which are generated by MSTR engine, and we want to write our custom SQL. Okay, so in this advanced qualification section, we can also do that.
Okay.
So that in the filter class, we'll see what is filter, what are the area where we can create filter, what are the types of filter. All these will cover in this lesson, filters.
Okay.
So I'll go back here. Then prompt. Prompt is also a kind of filter, but when filter we are giving a value to the report while designing the report. Prompt is a kind of dynamic filter, because if I'm running a report, it is asking me which year data you want to see. I said I select 2015. Then after running the data, I feel no, it should be 2016. I can reprompt that. So it will again ask the
Okay.
same question, which year data you want to see. This time I'll say 2016. So the report output will be changed automatically. I need not have to go to design view to change my filter each time. I can just reprompt it. Okay, so we'll see in this session that what is the prompt and what are the different types of prompts, how to handle them.
Okay.
Okay, under prompt here. So these are the hierarchical prompt, prompt on attribute, and then object prompt, value prompt, label prompt.
Level.
These are the types of
Types
prompts.
of prompts. Okay.
Yes. Then day 10 we'll see metrics. Metric is like we discussed now, like profit is a metric, revenue metric, rank metric. Okay, so metrics are of different types: simple metric, compound metric, smart metric. Okay, then metric how it is aggregated and in the subtotal, what is nested metric, derived metric, types of metrics and how to create them and handle them. We'll discuss in this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, under metrics. Then custom group and consolidation. Sometimes we need to aggregate number of rows, like we don't have data the way we want to display. For example, in USA you want to show some month, you want to aggregate as a fall seasonal report. Okay, fall, summer, like that. But in database the data is not like that. In database we have months, but we want to combine 3 months to give a new name as fall. Okay, that means raw data also you can combine to show as a new name. So that can be achieved through consolidation or custom group. For
Okay.
another example, suppose you have customer age. Now customer age means you have in database each customer's age is one line. Okay, but you want to build a report that how many customers are there where age is less than 30. How many customers are there age is between 30 to 50 and greater than 50. Three groups you want to make out of those age.
Okay.
Okay, but in your database your age is like 25, 26, like that. So what you need to do, you need to do that if greater less than 20 should display like this. That means you may have lot of rows less than 25, right? Mm,
Mm-hmm.
in your database. So all these will be grouped together to be shown as less than 25. Okay, then one group you have made suppose 30 to 50. So, so the header will be shown like this, but the underlying data, this value, the revenue will be aggregate together, and then you can suppose your revenue for these three people is like this: 100, 200, 300. Okay, and then when you group them to give a new name less than 25, it will show you 600.
Okay.
When
It's the
this was
total
not there,
revenue
if when this was not there, then that time you used to see 25, 21, three customers with their
and the
revenue value.
revenue. Okay.
When you took these three with the help of this custom group or consolidation, saying that
You
these
can
three
see
will
the
be
average
considered
of.
less than 25, so
Okay.
MicroStrategy
You
will
can see the
aggregate
sales
these
and
three to
revenue.
as 600.
Okay.
Okay, so how it does, and if it can do it using custom group, why then there is consolidation. So there are two different ways to achieve it, but when we have to go for consolidation, when we have to go for custom groups, whether we should avoid them, all these features we discuss here.
Okay.
How it impacts the performance of the report, is there any alternative way so that we can avoid these things and achieve that other way, those things we discuss in this lesson.
Okay.
Then drill map as I told that, so you have a report at the week level, but you want to see at the region level, you want to see at the year level and the time hierarchy, and you want to see at the brand level, which is a part of another hierarchy. Those customization we can do using drill map in MicroStrategy. That will be objective of 12th lesson. 12th lesson.
Okay. Okay.
Then we'll set up a project. So sometimes we need to create a project from the scratch. Okay,
Right.
we have Excel file, or we have a raw file, or somebody have created a data warehouse for us, and he's starting that from here. You take it up. Then we need to create a new project altogether from the beginning or scratch. Okay, till we create the report and dashboard. So here we'll see it will take 2 hours, so 2 sessions will go through how to create project, what are the objects involved there, what are the steps we have to follow. Those things we'll cover here. Okay, then sometimes suppose you have a multiple environment, dev environment, UAT environment, prod environment. First time when you create a project, that project also you have to have in UAT for testing.
Right.
Okay,
So you migrate.
and yeah, so then you need to migrate the object. If it is
Okay.
existing project, the new object you have to migrate. First time project, you can directly take the entire project from dev to UAT through a process called as project duplication. Okay,
So,
so
for
first time you have,
after creating, if it is like first time,
yes,
after creating, you have
yeah,
to migrate it to production environment, right?
UAT or prod from dev. So that time you can direct, first time you have to do duplication, project duplication. So however it is in the dev, with the same format, everything, it will go to the UAT. Only if the credential part is changed, then you can just edit and do the change, that part change. So it will start working there. Further, when you modify anything on the same project in dev, then you have to go for migration, object
Okay.
migration.
Okay. So
Okay.
even though it will not, okay, whenever we make any changes, again, we have to migrate, right?
Yeah,
Every time.
exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So that will come under migration here.
Okay. Okay.
So we'll see that if any object is there, you want to migrate within two projects or within two environments, then you have to use a tool called as object migration tool. That will be objective of 20th session. Okay.
Okay.
Then we'll see what is intelligent cube and how to create intelligent cube. And then after intelligent cube also, we need to create some report on top of that. If there is some report already, intelligent cube is not there, can we convert that report to a intelligent cube? Or can we include some existing report to point to intelligent cube? How to manage intelligent cube? Because ETL, there's an intelligent cube, and then intelligent cube holds some data. Time to time we have to refresh it. After each time ETL is done, we have to refresh it to get the new data inside. So
Okay.
how to schedule intelligent queue so that it can get new data? And should it get new data with old data every time, or only the new thing which has been changed, that data should come over here? If there is some performance issue, we have to also decide and schedule and design our intelligent queue accordingly. So it will take 2 lessons for that. Okay.
Okay.
Mm, Then the creation of a document and Dossier. Dossier is nothing but self-service BI. Directly you can create your dashboard if you have a Excel input. Okay, you can directly create your dashboard. Suppose on some external websites where some tabular data is available. You can connect to that directly from the web. Okay, from here. When you create a new Dossier is also kind of dashboard only. Okay,
Okay.
so you can click here new data. The moment
Mm-hmm.
you click new data, okay, you get this one. Suppose you have a Salesforce account, and in Salesforce you have some data. You want to bring that data to MicroStrategy to develop some charts and graphs or dashboard. You can use this connector. Suppose you have a Hadoop system and you want to pull data from that. and then build some reports. You can use this connector. Okay, suppose you just got an Excel file, so you can
Yeah, we
connect
can
here.
import like how
Yeah,
the same way how it does in Informatica.
yeah. So here, suppose you got an Excel file. For example, suppose let's do one. I have a Excel file here called sample superstore. Suppose, okay,
Okay, okay.
sample so superstore. Now this file, can I do a dashboard on top of that? I'll go here, file from disk. I'll select choose file, and that
Just
file
drag
I'll
and drop.
select. Yeah, I'll just select open here and finish.
Mm-hmm.
So it will create, some tables for me depending upon the number of worksheets that Excel has. Like that Excel has order, returns, people, and LU day. I have added a new sheet here. So depending on that, it will create, each sheet will become one table here.
Okay, okay.
And then those fields will come over here, and I can create a report on the fly itself. So see, I am adding year, yearly, region, and then I can add sales value, and you can see one report has been created. Okay, see, one report on the fly I could create within 1 minute. Okay, one report.
So what is the data which you have in that Excel sheet? You already have some
Yeah,
data, right? That Excel
I'll
sheet.
go. I'll go there. This sample superstore is a Excel sheet which is used in Tableau basically. Okay,
Okay, okay.
yeah, Tableau for demo purpose. I just got that Excel sheet where you have order
Yeah, it
ID,
looks
order.
almost similar. My sheet, like my Excel sheets almost look similar, but only thing is I
Yeah.
don't import Excel files.
Mhm.
Whatever I load in the data warehouse, I'm gonna pull the data from the data warehouse directly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, this is part of self-service PI. Like suppose there's a manager, he has one MicroStrategy account, but he doesn't know how to use developer and all. So can he create directly some dashboard? So this is the way he can. Like here, I just show you 1 minute without using any attribute metric anything. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
directly. So objects are created automatically. You see here, the city is a globe related attribute. MicroStrategy has identified that. Postal code, it is a global thing. So you can use them to plot your chat graph in Google Map.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't have map key, otherwise I could have shown you here. So you need a map key actually. So this is a trial version, so map key I don't have, so I cannot plot it in the Google Map,
Map.
but you
Okay,
can,
got it.
uh, yeah.
Does that
So
feature is available on the web?
it is available. This is available in the web when you have license. Currently, we are in the web only.
Right, I got it. I got it.
Yeah, yeah. So
So
we are
this
in
is
the
just a
web.
virtual machine, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
in the
yeah. It
web
is a
version, I
license.
can see.
I'm not a licensed user. I am just using a trial software for 1 month. That's why they have not given me license key. So if I
Okay,
go
okay,
to click here, it is showing that please contact technical people for a map key.
okay. Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, also we can write to support at microstrategy.com to you can write a mail to them. Now I have downloaded this XYZ software for my personal use, not for any commercial purpose. Okay, and since this map feature is there, but I am not able to learn how to do that feature or use that feature, can you provide a license key for me for 1 month?
Okay.
So they will just write back to you in that mail, sending you one map key. Then there will be a step that map key has to be put in a particular folder
Okay.
as a XML file. Okay, you have to edit that XML file and put the map key there, and come over here and click. Automatically, Google Map will start to appear.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe when we go to that session, I will use a separate link here from my office network. Okay, so I can show you one demo there, or I'll make similar report as a video file, and then I'll share with
Okay.
you. Okay. Then we go back to our schedule again. So there we'll see after intelligent cube, we'll see how to create a Dossier. I just has shown you the
So,
environment, but we'll create a dashboard there from Excel file or CSV file. So one class will be
and
on
can you
Dossier.
just show me once, like how to, uh, like from the data warehouse, how to pull the data? You have
Yeah,
shown me the Excel file,
that
right? Can you just
that
show me one?
okay from Excel you are telling.
Not from Excel. If it is from
Okay,
the
without
data
Excel.
warehouse.
Okay. So okay, I'll show you. That will come under project new
No,
project
can you
create
show me on the web?
on the web.
Yeah.
On the web, this architect part will not be available on the
Okay.
web.
So like
You can create. Maybe you want to create a report. Okay, I'll do that. You want to create a report by pulling attributes and metric that you
yeah,
want, right?
here
Create
when you
a
create a dossier,
okay.
before creating a dossier, we need to create the schemas for this, like, or how can we
Yes.
pull the data?
Yeah, there are two ways. I had shown you only Excel way, okay,
Right.
which creates attributes metric by itself, okay.
Right.
But suppose you have a data set already created using, create new attribute metrics and all. You have created a report, then you have to go through this link, existing data set,
Okay. If it
okay.
is not here, if it is new data,
New data, then before you come over to this screen, you need to create those objects first. So I'll close this one. Don't save. You need to create the attributes, a metric, filter, okay, then create a report, and then you come to the here, okay, and then select that report as input.
so okay. So you will be showing me this, right?
Yeah,
Data part.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
but the attribute part you cannot create it here, okay. That's why I tell
Only
that only you can create these objects: prompt, filter, report, and custom group.
why attributes I can't create because it's the web.
And it is a web, so web doesn't have all the permission.
So as like if I want something like if I want to create an attribute, anyways as I told you, I'll be using the web. So who will be doing that part? I need to go and contact the admin again for that, like
Yeah,
developers.
actually there will be a developer team. Okay, they'll give you the list of objects they have created, or maybe you have to raise a ticket. Okay, I want these attributes to be placed in this folder. You have to create a ticket. The other team will create for you.
Okay,
And then
okay, okay.
when you create a report, for example, suppose create report you do. Okay, and click here. You see here attributes.
Mm-hmm.
So when you are creating a report, they will give you the list of attributes under these folders. There will be a document. They'll say that these attributes are in this folder. You just have to come to that folder to see the list of attributes. It is there already.
Okay.
If they ask you to develop the attribute, then in the web, when you are talking about web, no. So actually what they do is in a web URL, they'll give you one Citrix environment where you can, in the web itself, you can open this developer,
Okay, okay.
and then you
Mm-hmm.
can go over here and create your attributes. And then after attributes are there, then you can create your report either here or there.
Okay.
Okay. You can create your report on the web like this. So if you go to time, double click here, double click month, go back previous, go to geography, maybe add country, and then go back here and go to metric, sales metric, and then suppose revenue.
Revenue.
Yeah, your design is suppose over, you run it here. Your report is here. And some look
Okay.
and feel you can change here. Your report is ready.
Okay.
And
Okay,
then you
once
have to
the report is ready, then we can create a dot here.
yeah. Suppose this report I'm just saving it as R1 suppose,
Mm-hmm.
and okay. Then I'll go to original report. I'll go back to my tutorial and I'll create .gl. So now instead of new data, I'll go to existing data set because report is already there,
Already created. Okay.
already created. Under my report folder,
My
I have
report
yes, this
R1. Right.
R1 and select. So all these fields come. Now if
Okay.
I just add country to the row, here also to the row, okay, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll bring here before country and then revenue if I double click. So my one tabular report is formed. I can convert it to any chart type.
So you double clicked on revenue?
I can double click or I can drag from
Okay.
here to here to the vertical. And suppose I want to give this revenue by year is there, na? So this block is on country USA and this is for web. So this is
Mm-hmm.
country attribute. I can drag this country to the color by section. So
Okay.
now country color is changed.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Okay, so now this is one visualization section. You can create one more here. You can create one more. So three are there. Then you can
Like we
drag
can,
the yeah and
yeah,
give them
different
shapes.
views.
Yeah.
Okay.
So add one and suppose you can give shape to your dashboard.
Right.
So now you have four visualization section. You can create four different charts. And then when you view it to your customer, go to this screen, which will be total full screen view
Presentation mode. Okay.
presentation
So we
mode,
have different, okay.
visualizations.
Mm-hmm. So
So
if
I'll
it,
have
this is for existing data. If it is for new
existing data.
data,
If it is for new data, again you can go create, okay, new data. Then when you say new data, it will ask
databases,
you the input. In database
no.
means here you have, and you can go to database and directly pull your data. You can type query, you can click select table.
So if it is from select tables, okay.
Select
Can you,
table, then it will, yeah, and if I go to next, okay. So my environment is set with the
okay.
tutorial data, so it will
So
show
I
me
have a
the
question. So like, yeah, I actually did this part. So whatever the
mhm,
data sources are on the left,
mhm.
so it has to be there, right? Already the
Yes,
data has to be there. Then only I can go and select it. If I
correct.
don't see my table, what am I supposed to do?
Then you need to add that table because see this tutorial data is nothing but a DB instance. This
Okay.
DB instance is connected to a data source name DSN. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that DSN is connected to the database. In that database, these tables are there. Okay,
So,
so if the table is not there, huh,
okay, okay,
so
go ahead.
if the table is not there here, then you need to go to database to add that table. If the table is there but data is not available, then you need to check with your ETL people
So,
that why the
how
data is
do I
not available.
connect? How do I connect to the database now? Like, how do I
Yeah,
get my table? Add my table.
add your table. So here you cannot add table. You have to go to database. So this is not this is a part of MicroStrategy. The last point is here, the DB instance. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
then your link starts. I'll just explain it here. I'll just go to a blank sheet maybe. In MicroStrategy, suppose this is your Oracle database. The database means this is a data warehouse,
Mm-hmm.
DWH. Now there it has a list of tables like T1, T2, T3. Okay. Now the MicroStrategy piece is here, MSDR. Now you cannot directly connect to the Oracle. So MicroStrategy has given you a object called as DB instance. This DB instance also cannot directly connect to the Oracle database. So in your machine, where MicroStrategy is installed, there is something called as ODBC.
Okay.
Okay, you have to go to ODBC to create one DSN, which is called as data source name. When you go to ODBC, I'll just show you ODBC also. This is ODBC. Okay, you have to create a DSN to Oracle. ODBC can connect to your database, okay, with a data source name. So for that, you have to go here, click add, then you have to select the Oracle driver. In my machine, I can go for MS Access, or in Oracle is not there. So this is a list of drivers for
Okay.
your database connectivity. ODBC is your open database connectivity. Okay, this is the driver which can create a DSN to the database. So if you
Okay.
see, these are the DSN created already.
Okay.
Okay, so you have to create that. This DSN you have to create using ODBC, which will point to Oracle data warehouse. In
Okay.
Oracle, you may have also multiple data warehouse. Data warehouse 1, DWH 2 with their own table, maybe A1, A2, A3 like that. Okay. So you have to, when you create a new DSN, it will ask what is your database, what is your database user ID password. Then
Mm-hmm.
this one will make a connection to this Oracle data warehouse. If it is
Okay.
connected, okay, it remains alone. Okay, it remains just, it has a pointer to that database, and it has the credential with it. Now
Okay.
you are in MSDR. When you are in MSDR and you want to use this data warehouse, in MSDR there is something called as a warehouse catalog. If I go here, when you go to a project, open that project, then you can go to schema, warehouse catalog. Okay, so suppose this is warehouse catalog, and in this project you are using this DB instance. These are the tables in your warehouse, the T1, T2, T3 I told about. Okay, this is your DSN. It is pointing to your Oracle tables. These are tables available.
Okay.
Now you want to use one of them in MicroStrategy. You need to select the table, add it to this side.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Uh-huh.
Okay. So suppose new table you have created today. Objective is to create a report, and through ETL you have created a new table in the data warehouse. Okay. Your DSN is already pointing to the data warehouse. You have created a new table, maybe this one. Okay.
Okay.
Then you need to come to MicroStrategy, and then you can see the new table here. Select it and click here. It will get added right hand side. Okay, then you have to save and close, and then in MicroStrategy, on that table you have to create attributes, facts, metrics, etc.
Okay.
So I'll not save it. Okay, if you
Mhm.
want to add new table, you can add it here in the warehouse
Okay.
catalog. Okay, warehouse catalog. Now DB instance, I was talking about DB instance. Okay, so I'll just
Okay.
go here. So suppose your DSN you have created in MSTR, first time you are creating your new project. So you have to also configure this DB instance, where I'll just go here in MicroStrategy. Here under configuration manager, you have a DB instance. We are looking at tutorial data, right? It is already created. But
Okay.
if you want to, you have a new DSN, you can create a new DB instance. Okay, it is asking one DB instance name. You can give a nice name to your DB instance, and then you have to select, here one driver you have to select. Which driver you are going to use, Oracle or SQL Server or MS Access. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
in my case, suppose I'll go for Microsoft SQL Server Access driver. So M These are list of drivers. Microsoft Access 7.0, Access 2007. Like this one driver I'll select. Okay. Then here it is showing that DB connection name. Any new connection I can go for. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll give a new connection name. Suppose new connection. Then here the DSN that I have created, which is pointing to my data warehouse. Okay. That list will appear here. So new DSN, I'll select the new DSN name. Suppose I have created this one. Okay. Then I have to create a new login also here, new login. And then I'll give my user ID password to that DSN. That DSN is linked to a database. Na? That credential to that database I have to provide here also. Okay. And any name also I can give. I can click OK. Okay. Then this DB instance in MicroStrategy is linked with a DSN, which is pointing to the Oracle database, so that there is a connection established on it. Okay. So this DB instance is now pointing to the data warehouse.
Okay.
This is one-time setup actually. If it is done, and you are going on adding new tables, so for that you can go to administration again. I'll show you. You have to first open your project. When project is active, then you can go to schema. Okay, and then warehouse catalog. See, there is a architect window also where you can also add those tables and attributes, everything you can create. This is the architect window where DSN is displayed here. DSN DB instance, which is pointing to a data warehouse. So these are the list of tables available in your data warehouse. Okay, new table. Suppose you have added this new table, it is inactive because you have not created any attributes or metric on top of it. When you create it, it will become bold. Like here, see all the bold table names. That means they are used this side.
Okay.
And when you create parent-child relationship after creating attributes and metric, so there will be automatically one hierarchy, system hierarchy. This is system hierarchy. Okay, so it will create a structure like this. So sometimes to understand that who is my child and who is my parent, you can come over here and check. Like here you see item. I was telling you a category, subcategory, and then item.
Okay.
Okay. Then suppose country, then region, then call center. And call center has employees. Employees parent salary table, this table, hire date. Like this, it will be created automatically. If you want to create manually sometimes some link, then you can also create that. So this is hierarchy, automatic created hierarchy, system
Okay.
hierarchy. So here you see day is their lowest level, parent is month, month's parent is month of the year or quarter, quarter's parent is year. Okay, so this is system hierarchy. We will discuss all those in detail when we come to that lesson. Okay, I'll just go back to the first screen. So project creation, intelligent cube, Dossier creation, then dashboard creation, document, and this Dossier is different than your dashboard. Okay, we'll see that what is dashboard, what is scorecard, what is RSD. RSD means report service document, multi-page report. Okay, then Dossier also will see it might take 2 or 3 hours.
Okay.
Okay, then the RST, sometimes we have multiple dashboards, and when we link them, then sometimes we have to pass a value from one dashboard to other dashboard. Okay, so how to pass parameter between dashboard? So one session we may have. If required, it might also, it's a complex part of MicroStrategy, passing parameters through different ways, for creating export of its PDF, export of CSV, XML, I mean Excel file. So there are different ways. So here we can cover those things. Then data blending and multi-sourcing. Data blending means suppose you have already in this one Excel file. On top of that, you have built a dashboard to show yearly revenue. But your manager came in and saying that I have one more Excel file where I have a budget. I have a budget file, and I want to mix that budget file with your Excel output in the report. Can you do that? So in
Okay.
that case, that is another source. And on top of the existing source, we want to just value add that. Okay, we'll just take that if our report is at year level and his data is also at year level, then we can blend his file on our report to additionally show that budget for this year. When we are showing revenue for the year, right hand side to that also we can show budget of the year. So that can be possible through data blending. But there is also another concept called as multi-sourcing. Multi-sourcing means you have Oracle database. Okay. Now they are telling that some tables are there in SQL without ETL. Okay. Can we bring that data to MicroStrategy and then compare the data? So I told you DB instance, right, which is pointing to Oracle. I can create
Okay.
one more DB instance and then point it to SQL Server or other database and pull those tables to MSTR, and then I can build the attribute, similar attribute, and then I can bring them to report to compare them. So that feature is called as multi-sourcing.
Okay. So we can
Okay,
use different databases, and also pull the data. And like
exactly.
visualization can be also done. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So from multiple sources also, we can pull data and compare them in a report, which is called as multi-sourcing.
Okay.
Then we discuss about administrator part little bit, like how to create a user, and
Right.
sometimes
Yes. Yeah.
sometimes user is complaining that there are three reports, but report number three I cannot access, some error it is throwing. Then being a developer, we have to go to check that what permission this user has. It might be the user is not in a proper group, that's why he is not able to access some reports. So then we'll see that what is user group, and how to give permission to different types of permission to them,
Okay.
and what is security role and security filter. Okay, so little bit of security, user creation, user group creation, and permission we'll discuss in one lesson.
Okay.
Then one lesson will be on migration. As we have already discussed this part, here we'll migrate attribute, metric, sometime dashboard, okay, any object from one environment to other, from development to UAT, sometimes from UAT to production, okay. So using object migration tool.
Okay.
Then
Really good.
event, schedule, history list, subscription. We discuss
Mhm.
like we have to send email, so we have
Right.
to automate that. How to create event, how to create schedule, what is
How to
history list,
subscribe.
yeah. So those things we will cover it here.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Then command manager script for automation. So there is another tool in MicroStrategy called as command manager script. So here, like in DOS, we write command to create a folder. In DOS, we write command to create a file. Similarly, here also we can write some syntax command on the command manager script, which can create attribute for us, metric for us. When we have to create similar kind of object in bulk, so going to MicroStrategy and create one by one takes a lot of time. Okay,
Okay.
we can, in Excel, we can write a formula to generate those scripts and put it in command manager script. So in a flash or few seconds, we can create multiple objects using command manager.
Okay.
Okay, so that we'll see. And the automation that I told, that I'll just give you a batch file, you can use it in ATL, but that batch file inside will call a command manager script. Command manager script will call the event file. Event will call schedule. Schedule will call subscription. So this everything can be automated. That automation, how it is done and practically how it works, one demo I'll give here.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Then MicroStrategy Office. So I'm in Excel. I'm in Excel. Can I access MicroStrategy? Answer is yes. Here you see there's a plugin here, MicroStrategy. If I go here and I click Office here, So it is asking me one web URL. If I provide that, I can pull my MicroStrategy report directly to the Excel
Okay. Okay.
chat and grab, and then I can modify a few data here, some comments, and modify my charts and graphs in Excel. Similarly,
Okay.
in PowerPoint also I can do. So which is called as MicroStrategy Office.
Okay.
Okay, so on that also, in past we have worked on little bit VBA part using MicroStrategy Office. I'll share that part here, how to create MicroStrategy Office report. Okay,
Okay.
then FF report. FF means free form SQL report. Means sometimes we will create report directly with existing object, right? So existing object means on a table we have created year, month, quarter, and week already is there. We are just building our report. But
Okay.
sometimes we can write a query, select x, comma y, comma z, like this one query we can write from a, comma b, where a dot some id equal to b dot id. Like this one query we can write. So x, y, z new column can directly come through from the database, and using that we can build some report. So that means writing SQL also is a way to create report in MicroStrategy. Sometimes what happens in complex business scenario, you need some custom SQL. Okay, maybe some DBA people have given it to you. You are not able to generate your report the way they want. Okay, they want that this SQL is the giving us right output. Can you directly use it in MicroStrategy? The answer is yes. Then where to use it? The answer is preform SQL window. So here we'll go directly put their query, and whatever select statement they are using, we can convert them to attributes and metric, and then we can convert that output to a report.
Okay.
Okay, sometimes we write the command, sometimes we get the command or procedure also. Okay, then if it is a procedure, how to create it? If it is a command, how to create it? Where to put that script? Those things we discuss here. How to create FF SQL report.
Okay.
Then there is some that transaction service. Transaction service is otherwise called as write back feature of MicroStrategy. This is a very powerful feature which other tools doesn't have. Write back. For example, suppose you have created a dashboard. Okay, you have created a dashboard, and then in that dashboard, some managers are looking and they want to give a comment right hand out to that. Some comment section is there. They are looking
Mhm.
at your dashboard and they want to put some comments. For example, suppose there is a hotel industry and hotel X, hotel Y, hotel Z, some managers are involved to that. So when they are looking at, they have logged in and they are looking at their hotel details, how it is doing the performance. Okay, then they want to write some comments. So they will click here and then type something. And the moment they save it, that will go to the warehouse. And
Mhm.
then other managers can see that what the other managers have given, comments on these activities.
Okay.
Like suppose you are a teacher and suppose you are looking at a student's dashboard, and some students have scored less marks, and you want to just put a command to x students against x students comment section that you have to improve, you have to do a lot of practice on mathematics, do more practice on math. Now for that student, maybe one scorecard or report will be generated somewhere. Okay, when they do that, in the notes section this message will appear.
Okay.
Okay, generally in reporting what we do, we just select, we just pull data to show, but we don't put data to get to. But here it has a provision using transaction service. Okay, we can write back to the data warehouse columns also, so that some other people can view it on their screen immediately.
Mhm. Okay.
Also, I'll try to show you one more example. Here I have created one transaction service file. These are some dashboards I have created. This is on Power BI actually. This one,
Okay.
HR Analytics. I'll show you. This is also in Power BI. Some income tax calculators I have made.
Okay.
This is on share market, but I want to show you. Where is it? Okay, I'll go to LinkedIn and go here. I'll show you that transaction file how it looks like. The what if analysis in MicroStrategy. It is some unique feature. So under where is notification? My shares. Okay, I'll go here. What if analysis? I'll go here. Why? These are here you can see a lot of dashboards I have published here
Okay.
under LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
So out of that, I want to just show you the what if analysis of MicroStrategy. Actually, you can also there is a DOS boss challenge here. This one I was talking about. If, if you look at here, I have a chart and graph. Okay,
Right.
it's a mixture of chart and graph. The below part is a grid and upper part is a graph, bar graph.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and if I run this, you can see. So these are region-wise, profit and sale data. And
Okay.
here, through the transaction service, I have created some selector. So in this selector, I am changing the percentage of cost. If percentage of cost increase by 10%, okay, for central region, what would be my revenue or what would be my profit? Whether it will make more profit or I'll face, loss.
Okay.
Okay. So if I give 10% change in cost, what will happen? So accordingly, I can decide that my decision or strategy. Okay. So this kind of thing is possible in transaction service. Otherwise, these selectors could not have been appeared here.
Okay.
So I can pass parameter to my transaction service, and then I can calculate on the fly my projected profit loss. So this is called as what if analysis. What if my cost is changed by 10% plus or minus or 20% plus minus. So I have created a selector between 0 to 100% plus and minus. Okay, so accordingly it is showing me that projected profit cost. I mean profit loss.
Mhm. Okay.
So that's actually big subject line, but I can give you some hints and demo in one or two class, uh, depending on our availability.
Okay.
If we can finish up before 30 hours, 25 hours, then we have some bandwidth, then we can go for that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So next one was Then we'll have recap and doubt clearing because you will be constantly working on that practical part. Some task also, if needed, I can give. So this
Okay.
section will not be the interview question and all. If you want, we can discuss few because under this few topics are there which are not covered here. But there is a normal practice for performance related and then
Okay.
some features. So we
Yeah.
can have a session on that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So up to this actually we will have. And
Okay. Yeah. Got
these
it.
topics I have kept for some students who were appearing interview and all. Okay, some new
Okay.
features and advanced metric feature and all.
Got it.
Advanced metric, this one will cover it under metric itself. Okay, so these things will be our agenda basically.
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Okay, and yeah, we'll directly start from two-tier, three-tier architecture. Little bit architecture, I'll say two-tier, three-tier, four-tier architecture. And this flow already you know till ETL, but still we'll have discussion about
Yeah.
2 3 minutes on top of this, and then directly we'll jump into report creation.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe we can go to different components, environment app, web and developer. Each section I'll tell that what it does like that, and then we'll go to report creation and we'll continue from there.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So today we'll keep it here. From tomorrow we'll start.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Thanks.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you.
So how is it? Is it compatible for you this way or
Yeah.
any?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, now I just saw the overall what are the concepts which would be like covered under this. Like
Yes,
I
yes,
just understood the overview and everything. But once we
yeah,
go deep and once I see how it works exactly on the
yeah,
web or the desktop, then
yeah, yeah.
I'll have a clear idea about that.
Exactly. So that's why if you have a vision, complete vision that what you can do, then when you go to
Right.
practical,
I
it will be
also
easy.
am trying to get few like sample data. Uh,
Okay,
so even actually we can work on that also
okay,
when you
sure.
have time. Something like it.
Okay, okay,
Uh, just instead of using examples, different
mhm.
examples, I want to use that example itself.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I'll
Thank you.
suggest that for your practice, I'll suggest one site is there. People do Monday makeover site is there. They are pulling every Monday. I mean, every Sunday they are giving one link. Okay, Monday makeover one site is there. I'll show you that. You
Okay.
can you can get that data and uh, I'll show you Monday makeover. So this is the site. This is a site where data is freely available. Okay. If I go
Okay.
to this data set section here, if I go down here, see every week they are giving some data set every week.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And suppose this is 40th week.
Mm-hmm.
That PC is to become smallest gaming platform 35 week were there. Na? I was showing one dashboard here. Here you see these dashboards are on top of that data.
Okay. 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 So
So
these are the sample data where we
uh,
can work on this using on
yeah,
these.
yeah,
Okay.
I have
Yeah.
created that dashboard. The PC to become smallest network. That one, the output dashboard is this. So here, what happens is, if you how to download the data, you have to go here.
Mm-hmm.
It will take you to another window where the Excel file will get. So they have
Okay.
given some hints here. Somebody has created some dashboard. Then they are telling that can you value add on that. So here that Excel file you can download it here.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. And then
Yeah.
on top of this, you can create your Dossier in MicroStrategy or in Tableau dashboard. So if you join you are using LinkedIn, then you can see lot of people with a lot of visualization on the same subject line.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you can get lot of idea. Generally, our thing is confined to our process. But when we see the same data, other people think differently.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get some input for our future dashboards. So
Okay.
it really helps. So
Yeah.
suppose my way of representing this data in this way, okay.
Mm-hmm.
If I see that many people are publishing Monday Makeover dashboard in Twitter and LinkedIn. If I go through their dashboard, I'll think, okay, this dashboard is nice. I could have implemented this. So I get new ideas also on the same data line.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So you can also follow this one to get the data.
Yeah,
So
sure.
here if you go to here if you go to this side, no data world, you
Monday
get
makeover.
40 already 40 data is there.
Yeah, yeah, got it. So
Yeah.
we can play around with this data.
For your practice, all this data you can play around.
Right.
And you can refer to Twitter or LinkedIn to see that how the same data has been
Viewed.
represented
Oh,
differently by different people. And can I
okay.
do this? Can I do that? You can also do.
Okay.
Also,
Yeah,
there for
sure.
MicroStrategy, also there is a site called as DOS Boss. I'll show that one also. DOS Boss Challenge. They are also
Mm.
giving that for Dodge. Okay, so here DOS Boss Challenge. They have recently started 2-3 months back.
Okay.
If I go to that site, so that this is that site. Some dossiers are already there. They're explaining about the challenge here. You have to register it, and then if you go to schedule dataset here, then you can download dataset here.
Okay.
So for August they had given something. For September they have given something. For October, so these are already gone, but still you can download the dataset and work on that. And
Mm.
you can see the dodges what they have already uploaded here. These are the
Mm-hmm.
dodges. So
Okay.
you can also use that data to create this kind of uh,
Oh,
chart and
okay. Yeah, got it.
yeah. No, though initially the similar look and feel will not come, but you can create similar line of attribute matrix facts, and slowly when you do the what you say, the cleanliness will also develop accordingly.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So with this we'll keep today. So tomorrow
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah, same time. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks,
Thanks.
Sanjay.
Thanks for yeah.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye bye.